everyone, welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia, where you will be learning about the different subjects of your academics. I am Assistant Professor Deepika Velecha. In the previous video, we have already seen about the introduction to taxation. Now, today we will be learning about the another important topic, which is residential status of an individual. Let's start with the topic. So now today we will be learning about introduction to the residential status, basic conditions which are mentioned under section 6 subsection 1, and also exceptions to the basic conditions. Further, we will be learning about the additional conditions required under section 6 subsection 6 clause A, and also a practical topic which will give an added advantage to learn you about this particular topic. So basically, what exactly the meaning of residential status is? See, income of a person is taxed according to the residential status, not on the basis of the citizenship. For example, a person may be living into the abroad, but he might be the resident of India in a particular previous year. So here, for that particular previous year, he will be taxed in India as per the income tax rules. So here, citizenship doesn't require for the purpose of calculating the income tax applicability. Say for example, as we have already seen various definitions of income tax under section 2, further we will be continuing about the residential status conditions. Now, there are some conditions which are required to be fulfilled to be a resident individual in India. As you can see in the chart, here a condition which is mentioned under section 6 subsection 1. If an individual satisfies the condition mentioned under section 6 subsection 1, then he will be considered as a resident individual. And further, if he is supposed to, we will be applying these additional conditions mentioned under section 6 subsection 6 clause A. If he satisfies additional conditions as well, then he will be considered as resident and ordinarily resident. If at all he doesn't satisfy the additional conditions, then he will be considered as resident and not an ordinary resident. For example, if a person doesn't satisfy the basic conditions only mentioned under section 6 subsection 1, then he will be considered as non-resident individual, and he will not be the liability of taxes will get reduced than that of the resident individual. Now, further we will be seeing what exactly the basic conditions are. In the next slide, you can see that the basic conditions mentioned under section 6 subsection 1. First of all, it is mandatory to satisfy any one of the condition mentioned in the section of basic conditions. Now, what exactly the conditions are? As an individual is in India for at least 182 days during the previous year. This is the first condition. Now, what exactly the previous year is? That is the year in which the income is earned. Now, for example, now in this year, this assessment year is 2020-21. The income of 2019 and 20 will be calculated and will be assessed in the year 2020-21. So for this year, we will be considering a previous year which will be 2019-20. So a person should be here in India for at least 182 days. At least, that means what? It may be 182 or it may be more than 182 days. Or, the next important word is or. That means any of both conditions. He may be in India for at least 60 days during the previous year, and along with the 60 days, one more important condition he needs to fulfill, that is, he should be in India for at least 365 days during the 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. That means what? Before 2019-20, he should be in for 4 preceding years previous year, he should be in India for at least 365 days. So, second condition includes two things. One was a 60 days condition and the another was 365 days during the 4 preceding previous years. If a person satisfies any one condition of the basic condition, then he will be considered as a resident individual for that particular previous year. Say for example, if he satisfies the basic conditions. Now further we will be elaborating about if a person is resident, then we will be understanding like whether he is resident and ordinary resident, or whether he is resident and not an ordinary resident. For that purpose, we have to see the additional conditions. Now, that additional conditions are what? We will be checking that. But before that additional conditions, we will be going to the some of the exceptions to the basic conditions. Now, what are those exceptions? Firstly, an Indian citizen who leaves India for the purpose of job, or it may be employment, or it may be business, or a member of Indian crew. And one more thing is a person of Indian origin. What exactly the meaning of Indian origin is? That means his mother, father or ancestors may be of Indian people. Okay? So those people, a person of Indian origin who come to India for the purpose of visit during the previous year. So in these two conditions, these are these two exceptions. The 2A condition previously which we have seen, 2A condition which states about the 60 days in the previous year, that will be extended to 182 days. That means what? In case of exceptions, we will be considering in first condition as well 182 days, and in 2A condition as well we will be considering 182 days. Now further we'll go to the additional conditions. Now additional conditions are mentioned under section 6 subsection 6 clause A. Now if a person is resident individual, further he has to satisfy both the conditions mentioned under section 6 subsection 6 clause A, which includes an individual has been a resident in India. That resident means what? Residence means that person should satisfy the basic conditions for at least 2 out of 10 previous year, immediately preceding the previous year. That means what? From before 2019-20, before 2019-20, he should be resident for at least 2 times out of 10 years. This is the first condition, and along with this, the second condition is he has been in India for at least 730 days. 730, that is 730 days during the 7 years preceding the previous year. That means we have to calculate how many days he was there in India in 7 years preceding the year 2019-20. If a resident individual is satisfying both of these conditions, then only he will be considered as resident and ordinary resident. If in any case, if he satisfies only one condition and not the another one, then he will be considered as resident but not an ordinary resident. I hope till now it is very much clear with you all that what are the basic conditions and the additional conditions required for being a resident individual in India. Now let's see one example, a small example which will also add up to your knowledge about the residential status. See, the question states, Mr. Prateek, an Indian citizen. First of all, he is an Indian citizen, went to London for further studies on 16th of October 2019 and came back to India on 31st of March 2020. Determine his residential status for the assessment year 2020-21. First of all, from this question, we have to clarify some things like, first of all, he is an Indian citizen. That means he is not a foreigner, first of all. And he is going to abroad. Now, what is the purpose of for visiting the abroad? That for the purpose of further studies. So that means he doesn't comes under the exceptional cases, because exceptional cases includes only business, job, or else a person of Indian crew. Is it? So that means what? The further education doesn't comes into the exception cases. That means this question is totally a normal question, we can say, where we will be applying the basic conditions on a person, on an individual. So first of all, he is going to abroad on 16th of October 2019, Now, in the last line, if you can see here, it is written as residential status for the assessment year 2020-21. That means what? My previous year will be 2019 and 20. Is it? So, first of all, he is going visiting abroad in the year 2019 and 20. Now, we will be calculating how many days exactly he was there in India. How many days he was there in India, and accordingly we will be determining whether he will be a resident for that particular previous year, that is 2019-20 or not. Let's see in solution. See, for any question relating to taxation, direct tax, it is very important to write the assessee, that is Mr. Prateek, assessment year, that was 2020-21, previous year, which is 2019 and 20, and his legal status. Legal status states he is an individual. Now, PAN card number is something which we will write, but we will keep it as nil or dash. Now, basically, you can see here, I have added the basic conditions which are required to be fulfilled for a person to be a resident in India. Now, the same conditions I have mentioned, we need to calculate the number of days, how many days he was there in India in the year 2019 and 20. Let's see that. Now, in the year 2019 and 20, he went on 16th of October 2019 and came back to India on 31st of March 2020. Now, first of all, the financial year, which is 2019-20, it starts on 1st April 2019 and it will end on 31st of March 2020. Is it? So now, Mr. Prateek was in India in the month of April. Is it? In the month of April, he was there in India. In the month of May also, he was in India. Till 16th of October 2019, he was in India only. He went on 16th October and came back on 31st of March 2020. So that means what? In the month of April, May, June, July, August, September and October, but till 16th October he was in India. So accordingly, I have written number of days which are there, like in the month of April we have 30 days, he was here only. In the month of May he was 31 days, and accordingly I have added up all the number of days and I got total number of days as 199 days. So as you can see, 199 is the total of number of days, and if we go through the basic conditions, the first basic condition only states that the person should be in India for at least 182 days. So as Mr. Prateek is here in India for 199 days, that means what? He has satisfies the first condition only. So that means he is a resident individual. So in this way, we can calculate the different questions based on the basic conditions and additional conditions to calculate the residential status of an individual. I hope this much is clear with you all, and thank you so much for listening this video. And also, I request all to subscribe the Edupedia channel and also press the bell icon to get more updates about the various videos which will be upcoming. Thank you so much. Thank you.